Okay, today there is an energy brewing that, it has the potential to unlock something very deeply creative or intuitive, inspiring. And it may not happen all at once, but if you tune into the energy today, okay, you'll feel it. It's a very quiet shift, and it invites us to dream bigger, to think differently, to express ourselves with clarity. Okay, today's energy is this gentle nudge rather than sometimes what we get, that sudden jolt. All of a sudden we have to stand up straight and get to work. It's a nudge. We don't really necessarily, we have a lot of free will under this energy. And it doesn't demand our immediate attention. It doesn't demand our attention at all. But it does offer us a beautiful opportunity for transformation. So with the right focus, gentle nudges, they can lead to some pretty big insights, some creative breakthroughs. It's a time to step into this flow with an awareness. Because we have learned through all of this beautiful flowing energy. We've had it all week. We're going to have it as we finish out the week into the weekend. Then we go to the new moon. So it is just a beautiful flowing energy for us to work with. And so we are learning that we do not have to rush, that we can take our time. We are coming to learn that because it's a small and deliberate step that we take today, that those are the steps that truly lay the groundwork for something much more expansive down the road. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We will gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy. And my hope is by the end of our time together here, you will have the tools, you will have the insight to go forward throughout the day with a confidence, a clarity, with love. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Welcome to your daily focus, May the 22nd, 2025. Okay, today we have the energy of the 22. Master number, most powerful number in numerology. Well, that's my own humble opinion, but I'm sure many agree with me. It is the kind of energy that where we put our focus, where we put our attention, where we put our actions is where we can see growth, that things flow to us. And if we're willing to do the work, if we're willing to show up and roll up our sleeves, if we're willing to put our focus on our dreams and our passions rather than the things that are going wrong in our life, but if we put our focus there, trust me when I say those things will come in abundance for us. So if you're looking at your problems, it's only going to get worse. So this is not a day to be negative. A 22 energy is about looking forward and understanding what you can do in this moment, because this moment matters the most. The 22 energy is saying, are you focused? Are you paying attention? So we need to put our mind, our energy, our time towards the things we want to bring in. And then figure out what we can do in this moment to say, I'm taking one step today. If we look at the daily numerology, it would be a 5 plus 22 plus a 9. And that is a 29, 31, 36. We don't usually get a 36 in the daily numerology. So the 36, under a 36 energy, we're probably going to get quite a few gifts given to us. Maybe it's great strength or courage or intuition or vision, or maybe we're more optimistic. And it's kind of like we're given those things to accomplishment, to have an accomplishment, are working through something creatively. Oh my gosh, that was a hard word for me to say. Just learning this whole English language, and usually there's some kind of little test, or how we use, I guess it's how we use these gifts of today wisely. Okay, because the more grounded in our approach, the more that we thought through it, the more that we put a practical action in place, we're gifted. We're gifted with success. So very much like a 22 energy, actually. 3 plus 6 is the 9, and that is about endings and completions. We are in the last days of a full moon energy, so the 9's very fitting today. Know that as we go towards the weekend, we'll probably have those days where we're a little tired, so try and do the work now. Don't put it off. You may not feel like it as the energy gets closer to the new moon, depending on how you react during a new moon, full moons. A lot of people get tired the 48 hours leading up to the 48 hours after the day of. So it could be a time to, sit in quiet contemplation and allow some healing in. The 9 energy asks us to release what no longer has value, so that we are not taking it forward. And this is a beautiful time to do it because the new moon is right around the corner for us. The new moon in Gemini. So it's going to bring in this, your inner child is going to come out and play. Absolutely. Sun is in Gemini. And the moon is in Pisces, I think, till about noon. And then it will move into Aries. And we have Venus trining Mars today. That's exact. Now, we talked about that on Monday, okay? Because the energy was already there, and it would build until the 27th. So I gave you the energy on Monday to allow for tapping into this energy on a daily basis. So today it's exact. I'll leave the link for the video at the end, okay? But it's a beautiful energy to embrace. Okay, there's a natural alignment between our heart and our actions to express our love, our creativity, our passions, and without hesitation. Okay, there's an energy of boldness, of joy, and that is flowing around us, through us, encouraging us to act on our dreams with confidence, with passion. So, and we have another harmonious transit today. We have the sun sextiling Neptune. So the sun represents us, okay? The core of who we are, our identity, our vitality, our purpose. And Neptune, of course, is our dreams, our intuition, our spirituality, our creativity. And so this energy helps us transcend the mundane and look at life through maybe a more spiritual or perhaps more artistic lens. We could also put on the rose-colored glasses during this time. So, but it does create a very supportive atmosphere for healing, for spiritual awakening, to allow our inner child out for self-expression, our artistic expression. Okay, maybe you are planting your gardens, or maybe you're redoing a room, you're making it more comfortable, more inviting. Okay, and we are able to act, I would have to say we're able to act in alignment with our deepest desires, and not just for success, but spiritual fulfillment as well. Okay, definitely it's a wonderful time for reflection, to let our imaginations wander. Inner exploration is always welcomed. And the more we do these kinds of things, the more it'll bring in a clarity, an insight of how to take those next steps forward. So tap into your imagination, express yourself through your creativity, whatever you do. Okay? Meditate, journal, spend time in nature. And if we're going through a difficult time, okay, this energy can lead us to a desire to just want to escape reality. Okay, so be very cautious and be very aware of that. You don't want to do that escapism. You want to heal from the energy, or maybe it's just, or maybe we're seeing things through the rose-colored glasses. right? Everything still looks so much pretty, and we can ignore this and we can ignore that because this is what I want to focus on. I'm living happily ever after. Meanwhile, the bills are all late, and there's repairs on the house to do, or whatever it might be, right? But you're kind of looking in a different direction today. That can easily happen. We see what we want to see rather than what's there. So we have to really stay grounded in reality, but we can also, when we ground ourselves in reality, see some very practical things, to just do a meditation, to just sit down and journal for 5 minutes, to just take a walk in nature. Have that conversation seemingly with yourself. It is a magical energy, and it's one that will inspire us. But if it sounds or looks too good to be true, chances is it probably is, right? So today's energy supports us. It supports us in expressing ourselves through our creativity. And it's like we're welcomed, opened arms, to dive deeper into a spiritual belief we have, or different spiritual beliefs, gain knowledge, wisdom, maybe strengthen or hone a practice that you do. And whether we're working on a creative project, or we're engaging in some kind of self-reflection, or maybe we're just finding peace through a spiritual practice. The Sun in Gemini connects us to Neptune's expansive, dreamy energy in a very grounded and supportive way. So it's not, so long as we're conscious that we could have our rose-colored glasses on, they can't possibly be on, because we are now aware. We've brought it to our consciousness, our awakened hours, right? It's a time for inspiration. It's a time for clarity, self-expression. And let your inner light shine. Okay? And it will help you navigate the world through your creativity, through your inner child, through your intuition. So do those creative projects today. Redecorate a room. Redecorate you. Okay? Give yourself a new look, or just take a walk out in nature and have a conversation with yourself and watch the aha moments start to appear of what you can do in the moment to take another step forward on your path towards greatness. Okay, I'll go to the cards. Thank you for letting me know my mic was softer yesterday for the person who left that comment. And I looked at the settings, and yeah, it was weird. And then I had my computer going in the morning, no problems. I came back, there's absolutely no sound. So it took me like an extra 2 hours. I thought I was going to be early for you today, but no such luck, guys. Look at this. Underlying energy, the Ace of Swords, the aha moment, the epiphany. So this is telling us that today is a day. If we are quiet enough, if we silence our world and our mind for 5 or 10 minutes, and just sit in quiet. Don't look at your phone. Don't, just sit in silence. Watch the epiphany. Or maybe you're just walking down the street. Maybe you're hurried and almost like you're in a race. You're going so fast, doing this, that, and the other thing, but something just, boom, hits you. You want to write it down today. You want to revisit it when you have time. Okay? The aha moments and the epiphanies. Each and every one of us will get at least something today. And if you don't get anything, then you just didn't give yourself the time to be quiet. And sometimes when we're quiet and we ask for those signs, we ask for those messages, we ask for that knowledge and that wisdom to come in, it doesn't happen all at once. And sometimes we walk away from the experience saying, I got nothing. But when the time is right, all of a sudden, boom, it hits you. Knight of Cups is back. Knight of Cups is back. So this is a time to, enjoy the world. And you get together with a friend, okay? Somebody that maybe you haven't been with for a while, but just enjoy their love, their support, who they are, and get together and have some giggles and some laughter and some joy. Okay, connect with people. Connect with the people that you want to maybe strengthen those relationships, make them stronger. or just keep them healthy. Maybe it's already a healthy relationship, but today's the day. Today's the day to get inspired to do something creative and fun. And to grow that relationship in a harmony and a happiness, and I hear a joyful experience. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands tells us that we are hanging on to things that we need to let go of. And that was with the numerology as well, with the 9 energy, to let go of what no longer works for us or has value in our life. Or it actually pulls us back or down. Maybe it's a bad habit. Maybe it's a bad behavior or a behavior we don't like about ourselves. And we want to change. So this is the day to say, I'm going to do something. Maybe you're very shy. This would be a time to look to see if there's a Toastmasters around your area that you can join, and learn how to talk to other people. Learn how to be able to step into and not be so shy. And maybe it's a little bit of healing that needs to happen, because once upon a time somebody silenced your voice. And why? Because you know what? It wasn't the truth. It was just their opinion that you should be quiet. Okay? In no way was that the truth, that you ever had to stifle your voice. But that's only one example of the millions of things that maybe we don't like to set the alarm clock anymore, right? Maybe you're retired and you don't need to get up, so you don't set the alarm clock, because when you wake up is when you wake up. And maybe you need to be a little more self-disciplined and wake up with a reason to wake up. Maybe it's an early walk, or watch the sunrise, or just sit when the whole world is a little bit more silent. And that's your moment of reflection, and maybe it's gratitude that you do. Maybe it's growing your dream, whatever it might be. Maybe it's just sitting there enjoying a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a glass of water. Maybe it's going for a jog or a bike ride or a walk around the block, whatever it might be. Okay? Start to incorporate some things that will actually help you move forward, and see where you might need to change some habits or some behaviors, or maybe parts of your routine. Maybe it's something internally that you want to work on. Remember, we do have that beautiful 19 energy, and the sun today. I mean, the sun is us, our core identity, who we are, what we do. Okay? It's talking to Jupiter, okay? Or it's Mercury. I'm sorry. It's not the sun. It's Mercury. Mercury talking to Jupiter. What did I say at the beginning? I hope I said that, or that it was Mercury. No, it is the sun. Sun and Neptune. What am I thinking? Oh, for goodness sakes. Yeah, it's the sun semi-sextiling Neptune. That's what we're talking about. Which is a beautiful energy. Okay? And so, yeah, it is the sun and it's Neptune. So it is about the expansion of our dreams and what we want for ourselves, and taking those dreams and making them tangible, making them real. That would be the sun and Neptune together. Absolutely. I don't know where I was going there. For some reason, I had Mercury in my head. Mercury and Jupiter. That might be coming up. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is back as our third card. Again, we're working towards our happily ever after. We're working towards our best life ever. The things that we want to come into our life. The things we want to manifest. The things that we want to make tangible in our world. And maybe that is career, maybe that is money, maybe it is health and well-being, maybe it is a better connection with spirit or your spirituality. Maybe it's loving yourself more, or loving somebody else, or allowing them to love you. It could be 1,001 things. What does your best life ever look like? What matters most in your world? Where do you need the energy of transformation in your life? What part of your life do you want to see growth and expansion and beauty? Because this card is definitely telling us that we are what we do today will create that tomorrow. I don't know. I've been going down so many rabbit holes lately. So, I don't know why I was thinking Mercury and Jupiter there in a heartbeat. Maybe there was something they were trying to tell me that I was supposed to work in there, but... It'll come to me around 3 in the morning. I'll put out a little special video for you. Be in service, the 41 energy, which is a 5 energy. And we do get a lot of joy and happiness and all, feel good feelings when we do something nice for somebody else. Absolutely. So, and here's one that they're insisting on me talking about, which has nothing to do with anything that's here, but you know how somebody will reach out and ask you to do a favor, and they're so thankful when you say yes and you help them and you've got their back, and they're so appreciative, and it makes them feel so wonderful, and it makes you feel so wonderful that you could help. And so why is it when people offer you help, you say no? Why are you depriving them that joy of helping you and depriving yourself of the joy of knowing that you've got somebody there that has your back? Okay, but back to today's reading. Give back to the world. When we give an equal proportion to that which we receive, we are able to maintain balance. There are many people who are in need of your services. Being in service can be as simple as a kind word, holding a door open, or joining in a cleanup effort. Look to nature and its ability to support according to what is needed at that time. Your efforts in supporting others around you will help create the energy needed to support humanity. That's very true. When we do things, we feel good about it. And rightfully so. We should feel that pride, that sense of joy, that sense of happiness when we do something good for another. And actually, that energy stays with us much longer than it does to the recipient. Even though they walk away with good feelings. Yeah, we tried to have a card jump out, so I better get to it. What do we got here? Oh, we got the bees with get busy. Get busy. With all this harmonious energy, we're not forced to really do anything, and we kind of kick back a little bit more and just let life happen, and we don't get... So we have to have that self-discipline to get busy on our own. Busy, active, goal setting, and fertility. The happiest people are those who are too busy to notice whether they are or not. B tells you it's time to get busy. Instead of trying to get all your projects done by yourself, ask for assistance. So we had to be in service. And now we have ask for assistance. So I guess that story did have something to do with the reading. Everybody has strengths. Some are leaders, others are followers. Just know what category you fit best in and use it to your advantage. While you may hate to clean, there's others who love it. While you may love to organize, others may need your direction in how best to accomplish it. There shouldn't be any shame in any talent you have. Cooperation and delegation are key with B. Embrace B by taking small steps, but begin the project or task in front of you, even if it seems impossible. Any action is action towards fulfilling your goal. One of the most important things to remember is if you want to be successful, procrastination is your biggest enemy. And I do have, I think it's a 6-week workshop on Patreon for procrastination. It's filled with information, and if you're a member of Patreon, I can't remember what level it's on, but it's 6, so you could get it done in a month and a half or something like that if you're not a member and you want to become a member just to get the course, okay? But it's got, I've got books included in there for you. So if you have a problem with procrastination is not laziness. Okay, I hate to break it to you. It's about a trauma. Okay, it's about protecting yourself. It's about keeping yourself safe. Even if it doesn't make sense to you, by the time you're done the workshop, it'll make complete sense to you. Anyways, let's go back to the B. B is also known for fertility. That's in the description box, by the way. Okay, if you want to get to my Patreon to check it out. Not much happens there, but I do have some very beautiful courses. The 21 Days to Manifestation. B is known for fertility and may be a sign that it's time to add a child in your life, or you may hear of somebody that is wanting to add a child in their life. You may want to start an exercise program. B lets you know that in order to motivate yourself, you need to work as a team. So instead of running on a treadmill, join the volleyball team. Instead of walking around the block by yourself, ask your neighbor to join you. The pressure you put on yourself will greatly decrease if you engage others who can help motivate you. So, if you got a giant excuse bag and you just coming up with those excuses on why you couldn't make it to the gym again, then yeah, it's good to buddy up. Sometimes it's good to be solo, okay? It's what you're comfortable with. Okay, if you can self-discipline yourself or you're motivated to do that on a daily basis, you don't need anybody to check in with you, that's cool. But if you have problems and you struggle, then absolutely reach out to a friend and say, hey, I'm going to tell you what I ate every day. So you got to give me 5 minutes of your time, because I'm going to be truthful with you and I don't want to tell you that I'm going to eat bad things. So it'll keep me on track of eating the good things so I can brag about myself to you for 5 minutes a day. And I can't imagine a friend that would say no to that. So, what can you do today? That one step to take you forward in your path. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.